you guarantee that the master tier is going to be filled with quality teams at all times. Essentially, you know, there's no slouching once you get up there either. You know, you have to play, or else you end up back in the Challenger Cup competing for a spot. So, you know, I love it. I've been having a great time watching Season 3, and this Challenger Cup has been delivering as we dive into round 1 of Everest, already taking disc advantage.
So with possession, would be Everest, but they'll lose it. Multi with the stun, Multi finding the forward pass to Miabra. But Miabra's going to lose it. But that backstack will come through, trying to get that pass. It's going to be wide of its target, slightly above that intended pass. And now with possession is Everest with this long shot attempt, and that might be good. And it is Conrad starting it off with that one. And that's an explosive message to Nameless.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And I mean, Everest are coming off of some crazy momentum. You know, they just had a fantastic series that we tuned into where they nearly mercied several times their opponent. Now going up against Nameless to kick it off with a huge 3 like that, I mean, couldn't ask for a better way to kick off round 1 of this series, where a lot on the line, like we've been saying. A great way to start as they do vie for dispossession in the midfield.
I got it.
And will be picked up along the wall by Bad Elmo. They're going to lose it to Hunter. Hunter with another long shot. Is this one good? It's going to ding. So great attempt from Nameless, but not able to secure those 3 points.
And you know, we saw Hunter, he's been here on the stream already today, and we've seen him make great backboard 3s. You know, he's a great shooter for this Nameless squad, very capable of sinking big points in when they need it. And this Everest team has to be careful. A bit of a missed back clear does lead up to a little bit of an attack and a steal.
I got it. No, fuck.
And falling out will be Nameless, getting at the wall, but not able to get it out of their backcourt. It will be Bad Elmo shutting that down. Now with possession is Everest working their way into that bubble, up to the ceiling, getting that possession, and not the shot though, as that downward shot will be wide of the target. It's now a loose disc and being slapped out of the bubble by a player of Nameless.
I got it.
Just a bit offset on that cross there. He tried to get there and snag it and dunk it in, but he just wasn't in the right position to do so. The defense of Nameless scrambling back here as they did manage to semi-clear the disc out of their zone. The good stuns there do result in a full clear. Martin's here to try and react and snag disc as Miabra sails past Martin in the midfield there. Does open up again a little bit of an attack opportunity. You see Everest trying to pounce on any sort of opening on this defense, but when they recognize they can't, they set up back and pass it to Martin.
So Martin forward to Bad Elmo at the wall. Bad Elmo looking for that cross, and the save from Multi, just reading that one perfectly. And that clear will come through. This is an attempt for Nameless, but it will be Everest at their bubble to recover it. Actually not. Miabra will come through, finding that at 3 meters.
And maybe Everest getting a little too lax. You know, they haven't really been challenged consistently in a while. You know, they've had 2 rounds where they were really the dominating team. Over the course of those 2 rounds, they can't let a few points, you know, get to their heads, because 3 points is not a lot in this Challenger Cup. We've seen score lines fluctuate heavily with teams at this skill level, and so Everest very much wants to pile on to their lead a little bit more, but can't do it there as Multi dives out from goal, snags it and clears it down range. Here's maybe a setup attack for the likes of Nameless. No, the disc bouncing a bit wide, ultimately going into the hands of Elmo.
But Nameless will recover it. Hex with possession, sending it forward. That shot's gonna ding off the bottom pocket. And now with possession is Everest, so Bad Elmo looking forward, finding that clear. That might be a shot that's on target. It's going to bounce wide, though, off the backboard and be picked up by Nameless.
Tried to clear, instantly stealed, instantly re-grabbed by Hunter, and ultimately pushed down to the midfield, snagged by Martin to keep the offensive coming from Everest. The pass does go wide, not punished though, re-grabbed by the Everest offense. They continue their attack. Conrad with a good cross pass, and another crazy save
You can see Multi with that save to the bottom pocket, and with the hand shuffling, slapping it out of his save hand, and getting that pass to Pillar, but that clear from Nameless will result in a turnover at the backcourt of Everest. Everest with this clear to the tube, getting down court, getting that forward pass. Martin the third opting to send it back just a little bit. Stefo now with possession, sending it to the floor. Bad Elmo looking for an opportunity, going for that cross, and Conrad finishing it right off at 5 meters.
Can't deny every shot attempt. That would be too impressive. But either way, 5 minutes down on the clock and only 7 points scored between both teams. A definite shift in what we saw from this Everest squad in their last series. And Nameless do not want to let this one go. They do not want to lose any more rounds in this Challenger Cup, as very evidently they are trying to get back this lead as Everest just passes around in their zone, buying time.
And that cross pass actually looks like more like a clear. Will bounce off the Geo at mid in the hands of Bad Elmo. Bad Elmo trying to get this boosted clear. They will come through. They will find it along the wall, and they'll send it right back for the reset.
Cut up.
The goalie dove out for just a second there, quickly bounces back. No opportunity to take any shots. A great clear coming in from Nameless. Gets a bit of an awkward bounce, though. Does go into the hands of Bad Elmo, and now Hunter with some stun work. A great dodge. The mail slot shot for 3 gets sunk in, and Nameless tie it up just like that with 4 left on the clock.
Why did I punch him?
It looks like this last match will be as much of a thriller as this whole Challenger Cup has been. It's tied up 3 minutes 50 seconds. Joust advantage down to Everest. And with Joust advantage possession will be Bad Elmo sending it forward right to Conrad. Conrad trying to find that cross pass. It's a loose disc now. The Nameless stack will break up. And they're looking to get the possession on the wall, but getting a hand on it and getting that nice pass to mid will be Everest. So Everest still holding on this possession, and Bad Elmo now with the forward pass.
There's a good forward pass. Stefo immediately reacting off of the opportunity, probably calling out, hey, I got an open goal 3 if you can pass it to me. Really good setup there from Elmo too, and ultimately a quick bounce back from Everest, answering a 3 with a 3.
Some great passing, able to get around that Nameless defense. Nameless being very aggressive, but not able to find possession on that almost turnover that they caused. So now with possession will be Everest. Everest sending it back to Conrad at the back line. Conrad sending it to Tube. That one's going to bounce off the wall into the hands of Stefo. They've got this 2v1. They've actually got this man advantage approaching the bubble. Pressuring Multi will be that other player, and it's going to ding on that shot. So they'll pick it right back up. That one's going to ding, and Nameless is going to slap it out of the bubble.
Man, the goalie dive from Multi really threw off that shot and resulted in the shot going a bit wide there. Finally, the follow-up. Multi nearly headers that one out, though, as it does glance off of his head into the goal.
And it looks like a snapping backhand type of a shot from Martin III. So maybe Multi not expecting that type of shot, and it definitely might have taken him by surprise, bouncing off his head. So now Joust advantage to Nameless, and they're struggling for that possession. They're just going to opt to slap it out. Everest maybe should have challenged that one, and they will find it at the floor. So Bad Elmo now just opting to send it back.
And you know, it's interesting. Nameless there panicked that they didn't get that they didn't get the disc out the gate on their Joust, and ultimately they didn't really need to, because like you said, Everest weren't pressuring it. This panic slap does result in Everest getting disc possession. Stefo then finds 2, and the lead of Everest gets ever higher. Nameless gonna have a bit of a tall order in front of them here. They need to sink a couple of 3s and do it fast.
So with Joust advantage will be Nameless. Multi sending it left too in the hands of Miabra. Miabra able to get it out of their hand, but it's going to turn over into Stefo. So Stefo now with that stack ready, trying to boost down court. They will find it at the ceiling. Bad Elmo sending it behind goal. And the shot will miss and almost go into the hands of their teammate, but they will pick it up. Margaret third sending it back into the bubble, and that interception denying that attempt.
It was a good dive from Multi on defense to shut it down. Here comes the mail slot shot. Doesn't get there in time. The stack of Everest is back on the defense just in the nick of time to snag it and semi-clear it out, at least prevent it from going into the goal. There is a great stag from Stefo. That's going to be the full clear. The stack's there to challenge, but the defense is back in time. And back and forth here with 30 seconds left. Everest locking in round one. What a performance from both of these teams, though, in this round one. You can feel the pressure. You can feel the urgency here. Great snag from Hex. He's going to go for a long three-pointer. Gets a bounce off a little bit too high. The follow-up's there from Multi, though, and 3 gets sunk in, cutting the lead down just a bit. That's important when you talk about these Challenger Cups, too, because every point can matter. You know, if you end up tying with somebody for that final second spot to go up into the Master tier, it could come down to how many points you've scored and how many got scored against you. So Nameless not letting up as they close the gap just a touch. Still, though, Everest with round one. Strembitsky, your thoughts?
Yeah, so at the beginning of that round, we saw Conrad opening up with a beautiful half court. And I have written here, if Everest is going to be making those all game, ... you know? But we actually saw both teams making really, really nice half court, long threes all game, actually. Both teams fell into the issue of playing too fast and losing possession. It was actually very uncharacteristic for Everest based off their previous game we just watched. This, combined with fantastic goalies on each side, created a very unpredictable back and forth. And Everest was the first team to slow it down and start taking high percentage shot attempts on goalies. But Multi was just an animal and made so many saves this round. But unfortunately for Nameless, Everest was able to recover most of them. Hunter as well, you know, still making threes, as I noted earlier, but unfortunately Nameless was not able to maintain the pressure, and Everest was able to run away with the lead due to what looked like experience. You know, they're calm, they're only playing as fast as they needed to be. For this next round, Nameless definitely needs to play more disciplined, you know, only pass when they're covered. This round is either going to be heavily in Everest's favors, or it's going to be very close, very high-pressure game the entire time, and I definitely hope for the latter.
Yeah, if they
We're always hoping for a good back and forth here at the VRML, and usually we get it as we dive into round two. We'll see if Everest create a mountain of a lead yet again, or if it's going to be Nameless taking round two and pushing us to a best of three. The clear quickly snagged by Everest. They don't want to allow Nameless to set up on the offense. And yeah, this is fast so far. These teams really trying to put the pedal on the gas.
And no one's there at the disc. Maybe Stun's at the backboard, but it will sail past that player of Everest. It will be slapped into the hands of Conrad by a player from Nameless, and that pass won't come through. And you see this defensive pressure, you see this exchange of stuns. You talk about intensity, you're seeing it right now, and Nameless is playing till the very end with, like you said, that foot on the pedal, and with this drive and that cross pass, Multi with the challenge, he's going to get the stun and deny that squeezy shot.
Tries the 360, send it in, but gets stunned out. Everest trying to throw a little flavor onto their goals here as they, again, get up on the offensive setup. A good pick there from Hunter, though, and a great clear. Gets all the way down the tunnel. Everest is there to defend, though. Nobody from Nameless to challenge Disc. And ultimately, Everest, with their stack speed, is there to stun them out, get that dispossession, and take the three-point shot. Conrad with a nice shot to the bottom of the goal there.
You can see Nameless on that last shot, trying to recover on the defense. They didn't get a player into goal. They opted to challenge the possession holder. So Conrad, with that open goal, he'll find those 3 points. That's 3 points to Everest in this second round.
This has been, geez, what a day as we continue on with another great matchup Both of these teams really coming out here with some energy and some speed in their stacks. The stun, huge one coming in there from Miabra to deny Martin an opportunity to challenge Disc. The clears here, but the stack speed of Everest defense has been hard to challenge in this series.
So Moldy at the back line will find possession just for a second before being stunned out, and Nameless will send it down to the floor under pressure. Hunter will send that past the tube, so Hex has his open goal opportunity. But that backstack will find possession, shutting off that angle.
Everest have not been allowing those open goal threes. You know, they have really been making it a priority to speed back into the goal and shut them down. Conrad finds one from 17 meters and doesn't even allow for Nameless to get back in time. 6-point lead now with 3 minutes off the clock.
So Joust advantage down to Nameless. They're only down by 2 possessions. 3 minutes off the clock with Joust. Will be Multi sending it right to Miabra. Miabra getting stunned out. That defense perfectly reading that initial pass. And this long shot opportunity is going to be above its target. Multi getting stunned out, but able to get a hand on it and slap it out of bubble. So now it will be in the hands of Everest for that slap forward and looking for it. There's a player from Everest, instead of being off the pillar, sending it right back to its intended target. Martin looking for a cross, but going to be stunned out by this Nameless defense, and back in the hands of Everest. Now for the cross and the save for Moldy, denying that opportunity. They're still in this and they're fighting as hard as they can.
A wild save from Multi. The attack continues from Everest. The ding off of the nearly inside of goal goes bouncing back out and cleared out of the zone of Nameless. A wild bit of contesting there. And suddenly an open 3 gets finally thread in. Hex, with 2 defenders on top of him, sinks the 3-pointer.
You guys wanna eat them?
So only 4 minutes off the clock, only a 3-point differential. We could be going to a round 3, and that's what I want to see. So Joust advantage now to Everest. 2 QB is bad to Elmo. That's going to be off target. They're looking to recover that tube, and they will. Martin, they're now sending it forward off that recovery. So Steffo with possession at the floor, looking for these opportunities, making the drive and trying to take that shot on that stunned goalie. Multi wouldn't be able to react to it, but luckily it would hit the crossbar.
I mean, talk about a 3 to shut down momentum. That could have been a nice one. The mail slot shot bouncing off the top of the shield, and then the full clear. We are sailing across the map as both teams vie for offensive opportunities. Here's the setup pass. Doesn't get through the likes of the defense, though. This Nameless defense has been performing fantastically so far in this Challenger Cup. They've done a great job of always being a tough tough shell to crack. This defense in the zone, not been easy. And Everest here having a tough time with it as Nameless battles for dispossession in the midfield.
And will be a slap up the ceiling, recovered by that stack. Steffo now with possession, sending it mid. Bad Elmo back to Steph on that give and go, but you're not going to be able to complete that pass. So Hex now with possession, sending it forward on that short pass. Now nice shot attempt from Multi, and that one is good at 34 meters. So we are now tied up in the second round. 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock.
I mean, it's interesting how often Nameless has set up for these open goal threes. It makes me wonder if they're trying to get these opportunities for these long-range threes, because man, they have done well to sink them in, and they've taken a couple of other open goal 3 shots today so far that have been disrupted. So Nameless trying to get this momentum, trying to get this round 2. They want to take it to a best of 3 like you said, but Everest, like we mentioned earlier, every round matters. You can't let one go if they want to be able to challenge up and potentially be a master tier team. So both of these squads really just trying to get these last few points with 4 minutes left in round 2.
And looking for possession at the floor. It's going to sail past that play. The slap coming through, but it's not in. Will be picked up by Hunter. Hunter off the backboard, and he's going to come through. So now a 2-point advantage to Nameless. They were able to come back from that 6-point deficit, and this could be a round 3. We are seeing 3 minutes 30 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage now back to Everest.
I was wondering when Hunter VR was going to engage, when he was going to become active, because he was a big scorer in some previous rounds, some previous series that we saw today already. And so finally he does find himself a 2 from the back of the zone, but will it be enough? 2 points is not a big lead against the likes of Everest. They've proven that they can score plenty of points here against these high-tier teams. So you can't count them out just yet. Can Everest crack the Nameless defense? Maybe this is an opportunity. The great pass, forcing the dive out, doesn't take the shot. Instead, gets Martin, a nice two-pointer from the back of the goal.
And we can see the Nameless defense playing so aggressively. No one was able to cover Martin III behind the goal. So he'll find those easy 2 points off that dive from Multi. Nameless with possession, sending it right to Miabra. Miabra sending it down, trying to get it through the tube. It will be an interception now in the bubble of Nameless. And the stack trying to come through, getting it at ceiling, and finding the 2 points is Martin III. So now momentum shifts back into the hands of Everest.
It shifts into the hands of the lead. Shifts into the hands of Everest in a matter of 40 seconds. 4 points instantly drained, and Everest are just like that, contending to shut this down in 2 rounds. They don't want a third. They really don't. But Nameless not going to make this one easy. They're going to continue their attack, and they've done good to answer back to Everest's aggression. 4 unanswered points is exactly what Everest needed. Now they need to buy time, and we'll see what Nameless can do as we get down to this last 2 minutes of round 2.
So with possession will be Stefo, not under pressure just yet as his Nameless stack recovers to defense. And with the shot and the score is Bad Elmo, Multi would be stunned out, not able to contest that shot, as that Nameless stack was trying to find the possession holder to challenge him.
Yeah, now this lead becomes a lot harder to attack because it's a 2-point lead now. Doesn't matter if they sink a 3, they still need to follow it up with another one, at least a 2. And so we'll see what they can do. I'm sure they're looking for some quick 2s right now because that's going to be the fastest way, most likely, to get points on the board. But Everest not allowing it. They managed to intercept right out the gate. They've done a great job of playing that midfield defense, and then they pile on. Bad Elmo sinking 2. The lead gets ever higher. What was looking like a potential round 3 suddenly seems to be quickly slipping out of our hands, but
most definitely so. Like the Mountaineers they are, named after Everest, they're gaining ground, they're climbing this mountain, they're getting this lead, but an interception by Martin III will just take possession away from Nameless, and this 6-point deficit in favor of Everest is going to secure this 2-round sweep.
It's going to secure the 2-round sweep. I got to wonder what it's going to do to the overall rankings. We'll obviously talk a bit about that a few minutes. You know, we have to wait for all these teams to finish up and round out all of their games. Everest aren't done yet. They, again, want to score more points because those points really do matter to continue to attack in the zone. They're not letting up there. Bad Elmo fires in another 2. And I think that's his maybe 8th point in a row.
And when they gained momentum, they definitely did, and they pulled ahead with a wide margin. And with that being said, I'm going to kick it to Strumbitsky.
Hey, so that was the series. We saw Everest taking round 1 and round 2, but yeah, for round 2 here, just Conrad the clutch man, you know, hitting opening 3s every single round so far. Everest was playing extra aggressive, of course, because they won the previous round. They would be feeling themselves, of course. So they were sending defenders with speed right into the Nameless offense, right off the joust. So this was unexpected and actually earned Everest a lot of early gets. Multi and Hex, however, kept their team in the game for the most part with some sniper shot 3-pointers. And once Nameless actually got the lead back, we saw some visible nerves in Everest. Their chain got a little bit messier, their passing got a little bit messier, and Nameless was able to take the lead. There's a big momentum swing halfway through, and that's what we all love to see. However, Everest, with their experience is what I'm gonna base that on, they're able to collect themselves and just play the slow passing game. They found possession and played it slow. They didn't miss their passes. They knew what they had to do and they got it done. They found a nice 4-point lead with a minute left, and then they only extended it from there. So yeah, that was the series, a really good one at that. And yeah, what do you think?
I mean, the Challenger Cup delivers is what I think. You know, this was a great way to round off a great couple of matchups. You know, it's been a long day, and we've had, I want to say, 15 matches across the last 5 hours go down. all of them broadcast to all of our varying Echo Arena fanatics out there across all of the varying platforms, whether it's on venues, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We appreciate everyone that has tuned in today because it has been a thrilling ride, that is for sure. You know, it's been so fun to tune into. Sput, I mean, what a great day today, huh?
Absolutely. I couldn't have asked for anything more. This was just completely satisfying. It just fantastic games. You know, you couldn't want anything more.
You really couldn't. EU coming out and delivering. We have more games today. You know, this isn't the end of Echo Arena today. We got the NA Challenger Cup in about 3 hours time. I think we are setting up to do a bit of a breakdown, if you will, where we'll talk about the standings, if you will. I think I'm looking at the Challenger Cup now. We still have to wait for that Blank and Neo match to finish, and I think then we'll come back from a brief break and just talk about who's going to be moving on to the Master Tier, because geez, that's what this is all about, right?
Absolutely. I'm just satisfied.
I know.
I'm happy, and we'll be right back.
All right, hello everyone, welcome back. So just to kind of close things off after what was an exciting cup here in Europe, this Challenger Cup, first cycle, first time we've been able to do this season, and we're crowning some new master teams. That was kind of guaranteed about halfway through the streams. We saw all of these diamond teams showing up, Nightfire and Sputnik and Strambitsky here to cast the majority of them. It was fun, but as we're now seeing, we got one master team in Hyperion. They're going to be joining the ranks. And just as well, Blank will be joining that Master Tier after such a successful season. Congratulations to both of them. Nightfire, what are your thoughts on this day so far?
Well, you know, you gotta be feeling good if you're either one of these teams coming out of a incredibly long day of Echo Arena. I mean, Strem, you play at the high level, you play at that top tier, you know what it's like to go up against competitive teams. To do that for 5 rounds back to back, that's a challenge, am I right?
Yeah, honestly exhausting, especially with this EU meta we talked about. We touched it on earlier, how they're just so much faster. Their stacks just go unpunished. Both teams are just trying to race each other. And yeah, in NA, it's hard to talk about because it's not the same sort of speed. But yeah, just watching these EU players, even I'm getting exhausted, and I'm not even casting like you guys are.
Yeah, it's really fun to tune in, and it was great to tune in with Sput. I mean, like we were saying, the best day of EU that we could have asked for, really.
Just a terrific day of games, and I'm beat. I'm absolutely beat. I mean, you talk about
North America coming up soon.
I know, you talk about the players being beat. I'm beat as a caster, so I can't even imagine how they're feeling. And, you know, just great stuff to all the teams. Thank you all for competing, and you know, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to cast you. And I can't say anything more.
Hey, Sputnik's been definitely killing it this season on the casting end, along with Nightfire, and all our we had Swift here earlier casting a game with me as well. Again, and of course, Strebitsky, who you'll be seeing a little bit later as well in North America. We're going to be doing some sideline casting and some main casting, of course. But Stram, I mean, every bit of this, all 8 of them, have been really fun, and been enjoying for sure. For those who are wanting to tune in a little bit later on for the North American games, which are no doubt going to be super hyped up, that starts about 3 hours from now. So it's at 3 Pacific time, which is to say
2 hours.
6 Eastern.
No, 3 hours. You're right.
See,
I'm
I
not
could
good at
math.
math over
I
here.
can, I
okay?
can math. I can math sometimes. In fairness, I think I misspoke earlier on in the day when I said a few hours. But
Okay.
yeah, so I'll take the heat off of you. I mathed wrong once. But yeah, at 3 Pacific, so 6 Eastern time, we'll have those live on venues once again. We'll have all the channels rocking and rolling with full of casters and full of just the best possible matches you can possibly hope for on this lovely weekend. Anything left from you guys on your end? Or
honestly, if there's anything to hope for, I would just really hope for the NA Challenger Cup to have some round 3s for us, for the audience as well.
Oh yeah, I can feel it coming. If anything, having casted the last couple weeks of these primetime NA slots, it's seemingly been nothing but round 3s and overtimes. I swear to you. So I think we'll have a lot of that. Yeah. And anything else from you guys? Or?
I guess just to reinforce, congratulations again to our
Yes.
winners, Hyperion and Blank, coming out, moving into the Master tier. It was fantastic. Congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Earned their slots there at the top. Fantastic day. Thank you real quick as well to our sponsors, of course, of our streams in our Season 3 of Echo Arena VRML. We've got HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net. And as I always say, you can bet that they are here to support the community and just give a lot of great opportunities as this esport continues to blow up. Thanks to our league moderators who've been doing a fantastic job behind the scenes on the season, as well as behind the scenes just today, trying to keep things all organized for us on the casting end. So thank you to Wit, Dano McFabulous, Sir Dimwee, Burnsy, Nada, Alakos, Wolfo, Panda, Aeronite, Captain Wigglepants, and Akeka Higashi, all our great league moderators, as well as Dakenman, Mama Birds, Princess, and Gilligan, our league governors. Gilligan, who was also casting over on Channel 2 for this whole stream. So yeah, a lot of great stuff. But from the casting end of things, yeah, it's been fun. I've been Palador. That's been Nightfire, Sputnik Cobra, Strembitsky. So much for subtlety on the cameras. Swift as well for joining us earlier on. Thank you to everyone. Be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other. And we'll see you again in a few hours.